still.
Hello. Me and my friend constantly sharing vlog since the neighbor, one of the Korean biggest platform, starting to some kind of vlog challenge. So we frequently change our daily lives, and then one of my friend just wrote about the 1 quarter look back blog, kind of like how she have changed and then what she learned, what she had learned. So now I just decide to do that in vlog. Okay, I haven't really thought about my where am I in this academic journey. I'm just like, I always think I'm just first year master student, and then I feel like it's been like a year already, but it's apparently only 6 months. And then whenever I thought it's just 6 months, I just thought like, okay, I've been only here 6 months. My English skill is just like, given this situation, my English is enough to grow, like enough to be improved. Like, of course, I need to improve more, but still. And yeah, and also just like every classes, I'm not really struggling. I think the reason why I'm not really struggled because I didn't really like diligently read all of the articles that I have to do before. And also, even though I'm not prepared, I always can say something. And I don't know, like every time when I brought up some topics and they brought up some arguments, somehow I just got some confidence and courage from that. Even though I'm not really perfect, I feel like I kind of have like narcissism characteristic, because like I never really evaluate of my level of like academic level or something. I mean, once if I say something in the class, I just complete a lot to myself. Like, oh, you're good, you're brave, like it's enough, blah blah blah. So even though my long-term goal is really high, that I want to do this, I want to be that, but somehow in daily life, I just satisfies. I'm just easy to be satisfied. So this is, I feel like this is some sort of defense dynamics. I don't know how can I say in English, like 방어기제, defense mechanism. Because if I frustrate to a lot, I couldn't really continue some stuff, like important stuff, and then I easy to be kept down. So to just avoid this kind of situation, I just trying to like satisfy, just make me happy, make me confident. That's all I do. So yeah, I think it's really right time to look back my quarter of this year, but also in the middle of the first year journey. I really need to do that, I guess. First of all, I trying to participate as much as I can to the Association of Foreign Affairs, which I actively engaged in. But I wrote only 2 articles actually. For the podcast, I trying to do some stuff when I only can do like reflection corner, which is only for 3 minutes, and then I can basically read a script, because it's really hard to handle the random question from the other panels.
For a food crisis.
You're shedding light on effort around the world to combat obesity. Also, still, every time when I went there, I ended up so frustrated, unprepared, feeling something like that. Even though I research a lot, but delivering my thinking, like academic thinking, is still really difficult for me. Yeah, so this is my huge stress source so far. The one thing that I want to improve at this moment is I wanna deliver my thought properly with proper English, even though it could be like really slow, of course, because I'm not really native speaker. Also, I'm trying to make some grammatical. I'm trying to make least grammatical error, because as far as I know, if some wrong sentence, the structure of the wrong sentence is constantly that I used, will be stuck in my brain. So I'm gonna make that kind of error every time. It will be more difficult to change, difficult to fix it. So I need a time, to make a correct sentences in my brain. I'm now in that process. But then I just trying to imagine if what if I describe this kind of stuff in Korean. Then I just realized that even though it will be Korean, I don't think I would definitely can describe this my thought like professionally, academically, in the organized way, which means my knowledge about this in this field, like political science, in my situation, in my case, is not really structured in my brain. And also, I've only studied political science like for a year. I don't think like it cannot be excused anymore, because like I have a bunch of times that I can do some independent work and study, but I didn't do that at all. And I use a lot of energy and a lot of time on like getting to know someone and then trying to adapt in this whole abroad situation. I need to realize, I need to recognize that like I need certain boundary. Yeah, what I want to say? Yeah. So yeah, I don't have, and also like I have double degree in political science and international studies, but then this is just I just started for the last year in my bachelor, so I don't have to take like mandatory basic things. All I have to do is just like maybe, I don't know, I don't really remember, maybe like 12 courses. If I take, I can get the degree. That is just like double, we just call double degree, but I don't know how to like really translate in English. But 다중전공, which is like, yeah, multi degree or something. So basically I didn't really take like basic courses, for example, like how they vote, like voter behavior or competitive politics, stuff like that. So my political science knowledge is not really structured, and I haven't really be taught that like how can I approach, what is the angle of this major, and then how can I apply this kind of theory. But then I became master students.
You can do it! Oh, look, swan!
Which I have to like create knowledge and then contribute of this kind of like whole theory, concept, and everything. So every time when I talk about this issue, like I mean, when I thought about this issue, and then if I'm like having conversation about this with my friends from my major, I always feel like inferiority complex. Like, oh, my friend is like this much smart, and then they know many things, and then like few of my friends from like the association that I'm actively engaged in right now, I feel like she's just genius. She just know everything. So yeah, like I think she's like specifically really knowledgeable person, and I haven't met this kind of person in my life. So like just being next to her itself is really, like, I really like her personally, but like kind of difficult, because like I'm not really originally from this major. So this kind of fact is itself is really struggling and challenging in personal level. But then if I hanging out with her, and then I just found myself like, oh my god, I don't know this, and I don't know, I also don't need this, blah blah blah. And then like, yeah,
Movie, you're like, okay, that's great. It's dark and depressing.
Yeah, but like all my friends blame me that I didn't watch the Harry Potter, and then they forced me to watch it, and then you didn't watch
Well,
it.
I've read the books, which is
Okay.
considered superior. So.
Okay.
this is my situation. So actually I plan to make some summer plan. One of my biggest plan is just like trying to like look back, wrap up all of the courses literature that I have had to read so far. And basically my courses structure is like every week we learn different things. Like this week is about the humanitarian aid, this week is like for political ecology, conflict, and nuclear weapons, stuff like that. So I have a lot of various kind of sources that I can use it for my thought. Like this could be like input in knowledgeable way, but then also like analytical way, I would say. So I have a lot of materials that I can use, and also this is in my not is not my brain yet, but I have a like syllabus, like how can I approach, how can I follow this journey. So my one of the goal could be will be I'm gonna research some of the Korean situation and also like global level situation which I could interest in because I don't have to know everything. So basically, my interest is Korean one, of course, but I don't really think I'm interested in current Korean politics because I'm like every time when I read the news and then listen to the podcast and everything, I got so confused. Cause like 10 years before, it's happened already all the time. Like discourses surrounding nuclear weapon from the North Korea, and also there's like two biggest party, and then their regime is always same. Also, I'm interested in like East Asia region, and I feel like since I'm here, so I'm interested in like as a Korean like for a long time I had colonized before by Japan. I'm interested in post-colonialism, so because of this concept, I quite interested in like African countries, how they reconcile and resilient and resist to war against against colonized power. Yeah, so I want to study a research about this kind of background, and I want to try to study again what I've studied so far, and then trying to make some like pair like this concept with this example in this area. I'm using this concept or theory with this kind of example from this region. I just want to make some articles that I can review what I studied so far, and also I want to like in the future I just want to write books and then documentary. So I think this kind of small project, like individual small project, could be my first step. I think it'll be so fun. Yeah, for that goal, like since my new courses we're gonna start from tomorrow, and this is more like methodology courses. So this period I'm gonna focusing in, and also I just postpone like delay the submission of my final essay, so I have to work on it. So both of them will be my main things. But I'm gonna like one of my goal will be reading a book a lot, because I borrowed this book, and I really like this Resilient Life book. I just borrowed this even though I have PDF file of this, because sometimes I just like my eyes is getting really tired whenever I just focusing too much. So, and this is basically how people resist and resilient as an individual toward the international politics or economic outside. I just really like how just discovering how human beings can be really strong, even though this is about like vulnerability or like how they adapting in this weak situation. But I always found like astonishing, surprising space. Like surviving is like really hard things, and then people actually surviving in several situations. And this is about democracy. I didn't really look at it yet, but I don't know what is democracy. But like to be honest, I don't know what is democracy. As of like even though my major is political science here, and I have a degree, but I don't know what is democracy. So yeah, this is kind of shame. So yeah, I want to discover that one with this book. I don't know why this like I trying to borrow this book, and then somehow this book is just next to each other. So yeah, I just rent it. Yeah, like masters, like if I doing master in Korea, I don't think like I'm not really chilling, because the Korean system is completely different. Like I would say it's just opposite to here, because this university in Sweden is really encourage people, like encourage students to independently study and work. But then Korea has like really intense course structure, and also they supervise a lot by the professor. They are really like have a tie to each other. So, but we're not. So I have to work on it independently, and then this will requires a lot of effort. So yeah, this is like more like whining stuff that, oh my god, I have like complex because my major is not political science. Like no this excuse anymore. Many of my teacher have taught me always recognize I have like big 도둑놈 심보, which is like mindset of thief, that I didn't really work on it. I didn't really put much effort, but I want so many things. Like, yeah, this is thief mind, and I'm gonna throw it away. So, yep, this is my vlog looking back quarter of 2025. In summary, I'm gonna read a lot. I'm gonna try to fill up my brain with the basic political science things. But this will be starting with some of the concept and the theory that I had to use for the final essay. From that I'm not gonna make some I'm not gonna find some easy direction. I'm gonna put many effort, and I'm gonna invest my time working out truly understand this concept and the theory, and with the critical approachment. Maybe English will be some sort of barrier for this journey, but I'm gonna prioritize trying to like construct on my knowledge, and then I will practice how to deliver this thought to the audience or reader for my essay, whatever. Yeah. And actually, on Wednesday, I'm gonna take a lecture from the Asian study, who's from the PhD maybe, or postdoctor, I don't know. His major, Marius, I remember, as far as I remember. This lecturer will gonna talk about Okinawa, but he's an anthropologist, so he's more focusing on the human insecurity and human security surrounding for the island people in Okinawa. And I'm gonna research on maybe Monday and Tuesday, during my study and stuff as well. And this will be my first interview from UPF, and this remind me every stuff that I had before, during the newspaper at the university. Actually, like 2 years at the time is really my favorite period. I would say, like, at the moment I lost 5 kilograms without doing anything, which means I got so much stress and I was so busy, but I was so happy, like interviewing people and then trying to dive into the situation and then digging something and then shed a light on.
이렇게 큰 차 앞에 처음 타보는 거 아니야?
네.
And trying to discover some like critical moment, and then move that one to the actual visible sentence and the pictures and everything. That was like my things, literally. So I hope I would not mumble. I would not I'm gonna research on a lot. And then since it's more like not really recording in front of the mic, it's more like interactive stuff with the lecturer. So maybe this will be my opportunity to get some confidence, hopefully. So yeah, goodbye, good night. I wish everyone will gonna have great week, and I wish myself do my best, and then trying to avoid tired, whining, frustrated situation. So bye.